If anyone has any last minute questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. And otherwise, thank you all for joining. We hope you enjoyed the workshop. And I'd just like to say especially a thank you to Blanche for her time and sharing her knowledge and wisdom for this workshop today. So thank you, Blanche, and I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, thanks very much, Michelle. I just pressed the record, so if you want to record for the Women's Center as well, I guess you can do that, correct? Yeah, good. Okay, well, welcome everybody. It's a real pleasure to do this again for the North Shore Women's Center. I want to just acknowledge them and the incredible work that they do here in North Vancouver and helping women in lots of different areas of their lives. If you don't have a favorite charity, I highly recommend them. They do really tremendous work. So welcome. I don't know quite a few of you, so you don't know me either. So let me just tell you a little bit about me, and then we'll get on with the workshop. I've been doing Tai Chi and Qi Gong for about well over 20 years now. I'm also an acupressure therapist. So I bring elements into my teaching from both acupressure and also from a little bit from martial arts as well. I teach in North Vancouver, although right now I'm shut down because of COVID, and so I also teach online. And I have a master's in medical Qigong, and I'm currently working on a doctorate program for that as well. Okay, so just a quick overview of what we're going to do today. We're going to do a little bit of movement to open up the joints of the body, to wake the body up a little bit, and just, you know, kind of feel into the body a little. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about what Qigong is, and we'll do a short meditation. It's a kind of a Qigong meditation, so that'll give you an opportunity to experience that. And then we're going to get into a little bit more Qigong, but it'll be movement to really get the Qi moving in your body. We'll be bringing more Qi in and basically getting the Qi to move in a way that helps your health and your vitality and your longevity as well. Okay, and then we'll have some, if we've got time, I'll stay on. If there's questions, then certainly I can answer questions for you at the end. All right, so let's begin just by if you're seated or standing, either way, get yourself really comfortable. If you're standing, then you want your feet about shoulder width apart. And even if you're seated, then have your feet about shoulder width apart, okay? And you put your upper legs on a 90-degree angle to your lower legs, and just relaxing the body. And closing your eyes for a minute, feel into your feet and your lower legs. Feel your upper legs and your buttocks on the chair, or if you're standing, just feel the bones of your body being stacked. Keep your back straight and drop your shoulders. We're going to put the tip of our tongue on our upper palate. Okay, and relaxing, focusing on your breath. So just breathing in through your nose. And as you inhale, allow the lower part of your belly to expand. And as you exhale, let that contract. So this lower part of the belly is considered an elixir field in Qigong. It's a place where we store Qi. We call it the Dantian. So just really breathing in there and feeling yourself being present in your body. And then just taking your middle finger and tapping on this area just between your two eyebrows. Then open up our third eye and then just massage a little bit. And then imagine, we're going to use our imagination and our intention a lot in Qi Gong. So imagine that you're breathing in through that point. So just breathe in and out of there for a moment. And then breathing in, and as you exhale, imagine that your breath is going down into that elixir field, so down into your lower belly. And again, we're using our imagination here. Our breath is going in and out of our nose, but we're intending and imagining that it's going in through the third eye and then down to the lower dantian. We'll call this packing the qi. Good, and just a couple more little breaths here. All right, good. So as I said, we're going to use our imagination and our intention in Qigong. And the other thing to keep in mind is that as we do the movements, try to only do about 70% of what you're capable of. This is not Western exercise or martial arts where you try to do 110% of what you're capable of. In Qigong, we want to keep that down to about 70%. And over time, you'll find that that 70% becomes 80%, becomes 90, 100, and 110%. But it does it in a very gentle way, and there's no chance of your body being injured in any way. So it's a very safe and a loving thing for your body to do for your body. Okay, let's get up and do a little movement. So I'm actually going to change my view here. Great. Good. So again, getting into that posture, we call this a Wuji posture, where your feet are shoulder width apart, you bend your knees a little bit, your sacrum's kind of tucked a little, keep your back straight, shoulders are dropped, and you want to keep your chin kind of level, okay? And put that tongue again on your upper palate, just the tip of your tongue behind the upper teeth. When you stand in this posture and you get very good at it, your qi moves in your body in an optimal way. And that also affects your mind. So your mind becomes a lot calmer as you do this. All right, so we're going to start with something called just a spinal curl. So as you inhale, your hands are going to come out. And then you're going to exhale back and squeeze everything. Okay, opening up, big inhale. And squeeze. Good. We're just going to do a couple more of these. Squeeze. Good. And one more. Good. Exhalation. Great. Okay. Now bring your hands up over your head and coming down. We're going to move our arms. Now women go to the right and men go to the left. Coming up and around. Good. Just slowly feel the shoulders working here a little bit. Good, and then we're going to switch direction. Good. And one thing, when I talk, I can't count. So hopefully we've done the same number. All right, hands in front of you. And we're just going to, again, keep the chin level. But as we inhale, we're going to turn the head to one side. And then we're going to exhale it back to center. and inhale to the other side. Pretty simple movement. And we're going to engage our eyes. So as you're turning your head, look in your room. And then looking beyond your room. So looking into your yard maybe, or complex that you're in. Looking through the walls into your neighborhood. And again, you might have to use your imagination for this. And one more time, looking into your city, the town you're in. Good. And just release that. And we're going to bring our hands up. So you bring the backs of hands together, coming up and down. So we inhale up and exhale down. Really try to time the movement with your breath. Good. And then we're going to go the opposite direction. So inhaling up and exhale down. Good. Yeah, let's do one more. All right, great. Now keeping your upper body still. So this part of the body between my hands is going to stay still, and I'm just going to rotate the hips. Really opening up this part of the body. And then we'll go the opposite direction. Great. So those are horizontal hip circles. We're going to do some vertical ones. So that same posture, you're going to drop down and then bring your bum forward, come up, and then go back. So from the side, it looks like this. Drop down, bring your bum forward, come up, and then go down. Okay, let's do a couple of those. This is probably a movement that you don't often do. And then we'll go the opposite direction. So dropping down and bringing the bum back and coming up. And one more. Good. Now bring your legs a little bit closer together, hands on your knees, and we're just going to circle the knees. We'll try to do this really slowly. And then go the opposite direction. Good. And rotate the ankles a little bit. And then we're going to walk on our heels. So just walk forward on your heels and back. And then on your tippy toes. Good. And then on the outside of the feet. And then come back, and then on the inside. So this is the duck walk or the penguin walk. All right, good. Shake it out a little bit. Okay. And then we're just going to do a little bit of tapping. So we're going to open up the pores of the body and what are called the acupoints, which I'll talk about a little bit later. I like to imagine that my brain is waking up a little bit when I do this. I'm stimulating a little bit of hair growth. Good, back of the neck. And then take one arm and see if you can pat on the back of the shoulder there. And then on the top of the shoulder, we're going to bring our other hand palm up. We're going to come down the inside of the arm, just tapping, bringing everything up here, and then coming over the other side and coming back up. Good. Now thumbs up. Good. Great job. Coming down the top of the arm here. And then come underneath. And we're going to this point under the armpits. It's very good for your heart. And then coming down the side of the body, moving the lymph. Good source of elimination. We want that lymph to be moving. Good. And then your lung. And let's come across to the other shoulder. Coming down the inside of the arm. Good job. Up the back. And then thumbs up. Coming down the top of the arm. Underneath. This heart point. And moving that lymph again. And then the lung. And I'm going to come across to the heart. We're going to make a sound. This is the heart sound called ha, 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 ha. Good. Okay. Coming down to the spleen, which is on the left side of your body. For some of you, that might be the other left. And then coming across the stomach and over to the right side, which is your liver. Waking up the liver, breaking up any stagnation in there. And then coming around the back of the body to the kidneys, low back, and buttocks. Coming down the back of the legs, back the knees, up the front. And then let's go around the side or down the side of the legs. And up the inside. Good, and then coming back to this elixir field. And just doing a little bit of tapping here. This really builds up our immunity and brings physical strength into the body. Good, and then just sweeping a little bit. So we stirred up a lot of things in the body by doing that. We're going to get that out of the body now. So we're going to do a little movement called trembling horse. Just have fun with this. Okay. It's one of the big things about Qi Gong is, I think at least, you want to have fun. So we're going to start by wiggling the wrists and then bringing that vibration up and trembling horse. We're going to make a horse sound. Okay. Big exhalation. You're going to imagine that you're releasing any stress or tension from the body. Okay, 2 more times. Great. 1 more time. All right. Well done. I hope that felt good. Let's just calm it down a little bit here now. So back into your posture. And we're going to bring our hands up as we inhale. Palms face the earth. We're going to imagine that we're bringing earth energy up. And then we're going to turn the palms over. We're going to gather heavenly energy. And the hands are going to come down the front of the body. Imagine that we're pouring that earth and heaven energy down the front of the body. And then we'll do that again. Now the hands come down the front, but we imagine that we're pouring that earth and heavenly energy down the back of the body, just relaxing all parts of the back of the body. And one more time. And this time we're going to imagine that that heavenly and earth energy are coming down through the center of your body, through the top of the head, down through the neck, down through the chest and the abdomen, and just bringing a sense of calm to all of the organs of the body, all of the systems of the body, really relaxing the body. Okay, and then we're going to gather. So bringing your hands out and bringing them together again. Imagine that you're gathering a ball of Qi. And then you're going to let that Qi rise in the body. You're going to allow it to expand and contract. Qi flows in and it flows out. Qi descends and it disperses. So we're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Good. These are the 8 movements of Qi. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Let's just go through this 2 more times. So gathering, ascending, expand and contract. Qi flows in and it flows out. It descends and it disperses. Good. Let's close the Qi. So bring our hands up and down the front of the body. And again, just imagine that everything's relaxing. Good. We're just going to finish up this little set of movements here by bringing your feet a little bit closer together. Now, if you've got balance issues, have them a little further apart. And all I want you to do is keep your feet, the whole foot on the ground, so the heels and the balls of the feet, but you're just going to change your weight. So bring your weight into the heels, to the outside of one foot, the inside of the other, to the balls of the feet. And just doing this little bit of rotating movement here. This is a nice movement to do after meditation. Kind of balances the yin and the yang of the body. Then we're going to switch direction. And I'm probably using words that don't make much sense to you with yin and yang, but I'm just planting seeds. Okay, good. You feel a little loosened up now? Let's sit down again. And I'll just talk a little bit about what Qi Gong is. Quick drink here. So what do the words mean? Well, we'll start with Gong. The word Gong means to work with, or to to ultimately to master something. So you're working, putting a lot of effort into learning something. And the more you master something, the more gong you have. And that if you're an artist, your piece of art might have really good gong. Or if you're an author, your book might have really good gong. So it's working with something. And in this case, Qi Gong, we work with the Qi in the body and the Qi around the body. So what is Qi? And it roughly translated means life force energy. It's that thing that animates us. If we don't have Qi in the body, we're called dead. Once once the Qi is gone, you're not staying on this particular planet anymore. And Qi is in everything, so it's in us, but it's also in the trees and the plants and the animals. It's also in the earth. It's in the moon, the stars, the heavens. It's in the air we breathe, but it's not oxygen. It's in the food that we eat, but it's not the vitamins and minerals. It's that other, it's a bit more of an energetic thing. And Qi was discovered probably more than 5,000 years ago, and it's discovered across a number of different cultures. I think there's something like 57 names for Qi. So if you've done yoga, they've talked about prana, and that's exactly the same thing as Qi. In Korea and China, it's called Qi energy. Hawaii, it's called mana. And even in Christianity, often they talk about the breath of God or the grace of God. And really we're referring to, well, I think at least to Qi. Okay, so the Qi runs through the body in pathways called meridians. And it's much like the blood moves through the veins and the capillaries. The blood moves through the meridians and the collaterals, they're called. And so the Qi feeds the whole body, or the meridians and the collaterals feed the whole body with Qi. Okay, so we can't really see Qi, or most people can't see Qi. A number of my students have seen it. Sometimes we do a process where you can see the Qi in your body, or see the Qi that's outside your body at least. And but most people can feel it. And so in that respect, it's like electricity. You don't see electricity, but you certainly feel it. And the same with the wind. So again, it's an energetic thing. And even though most people don't see it, this has all been proven with Western science. They can now gauge the amount of Qi, and they've got imaging things now where you can actually see the Qi in the body and the different meridians. So this has all been proven. It's not woo-woo anymore, thankfully. When I have the odd person that says to me, I don't believe in that. And it's hard for me not to say, well, do you think the earth is still flat? Or okay, so the meridians in the body, there's 12 of them all together, and they run bilaterally in the body. And so there's 6 meridians in the arms and 6 in the legs. So in the arms, 3 of them start in the chest and they end in the fingers. And then 3 of them start in the fingers and they end in the head. And then you've got 3 meridians that start in the head and end in the feet. And then 3 that start in the feet and the toes and come up and end in the chest. So there's a circular movement of the Qi in the body. Okay, and then with the meridians, where they're close to the surface of the body, you can access them. So there's what are called acupoints, and you can access that Qi flow through needles, so acupuncture, or through pressure or a little bit of massage. It's acupressure, and then there's some other ways to do that as well. But these are called acupoints. So when we were doing that tapping earlier, we're waking up these acupoints. And you'll notice that we did the movement in a certain direction in the body, and that was moving with the flow of the Qi in the meridians. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is just rub your fingernails together. So remember, I just said we've got 6 of the 12 meridians that begin or that are in the arms, and 3 of them begin in the fingertips, and 3 of them end in the fingertips. Okay, so when we do this, we're stimulating that flow of the qi in the arms. And that has an effect on some of the organs in the body, particularly the lungs and the heart. I'm just going to keep going here for another minute or 30 seconds maybe. So one of the things that this particular movement does, which women often like, is that it can promote hair growth, and also it can keep your hair its natural color. Now, unfortunately, you do have to do it for like 15 minutes a day for about 6 months before you're going to see any benefit there. But some people like to do this, they just find it relaxing. Easy thing to do in the car when you're not driving or when you're watching TV. All right, so now what I'd like you to do is I'm just going to stand so you can see. I just want you to bring your hands down to your side. Do you feel something? I hope so. That's your qi. So you're just getting that qi moving in your hands and your fingers. All right. So you may not have seen the qi yet, but you've at least felt it within your body. Okay. So what I'd like to do now is just do a little bit of a meditation. So I ask you to get comfortable in your chairs again. Feet are flat on the floor. Feet are about shoulder width apart. And just close your eyes if you like. And imagine that there's a ball of liquid sunshine over your head. And that liquid sunshine is going to melt down the front of your body, melting down over your face, front of your neck, front of your shoulders and arms, over your chest and your abdomen, moving down the front of your legs. And just imagine that it's pulling away any stress or tension in this part of your body and letting that melt off into the earth. And then imagine a second ball of liquid sunshine, this time melting down the back of the body, bringing warmth and loving energy to the back of the head, back of the shoulders and the arms, melting down over the upper, the mid, and the low back, softening the spine, melting down the buttocks, down the back of the legs, and again, carrying away any stress or tension, letting that melt down into the earth. And a third and final ball of liquid sunshine, this time melting down through the top of the head into the inside of the head, the brain, the skull, bringing that warm, loving energy inside, letting it melt away any thoughts or any stress in your head. Down through your neck, bringing warm, loving energy to the glands in the neck. And now melting down into your chest, feeling that warmth in your heart, letting that warmth and light expand outward into your lungs. And then melting down into your liver and your spleen, your kidneys, moving down through all of your digestive organs, bringing warmth and love and light, melting down through your sexual organs and down into your bones and your bone marrow. And again, imagining any stress or tension being carried down into the earth. And then feeling the bottom of your feet. And imagine that you've got roots growing out the bottom of your feet. They're growing out forwards and backwards and sideways and straight down into the earth. Down one body length and 2 body lengths. Straight down into the earth, connecting with the very core of the earth itself. And feeling that earth vitality, that strength and power. And then bringing that right up, that nourishment right up through those roots, up the back of your legs, up the back of your spine, up over the top of your head, and connecting that, the tip of your tongue with your upper palate, melting down the front of your body, and filling your elixir field, your lower dantian, with that earth energy. And letting that energy mix with your own personal qi, strengthening it. Good. And then bringing your attention upwards to the heavens, to the sun, the moon, the stars, and allowing that heavenly energy to draw downwards and having it go down through the top of your head, filling the elixir field in your head until it overflows, and moving down the center core of your body to your heart, overflowing this area of the body, and then moving down to the lower dantian and filling it as well, mixing, mingling with the earth energy, the heavenly energy, making your lower dantian a powerful place in your body, and letting the strength of these three energies mixing together form a steam that comes up into your body, filling the whole of your abdomen, all of your extremities, opening up the pores of your body and allowing this qi, this earth qi, heavenly qi, your own personal qi, to fill the field around you. This protective field, it's your first line of defense. I'm feeling that. Good. And then let's take a moment to invite our guides, our guardians, our beings of light to be with us today, to help us with this particular practice that we're doing at this time. And then we'll ask the divine to make this space safe and sacred for the work that we're doing. And then I like to take the opportunity to send some gratitude to all of the Qi Gong masters and teachers who have brought this knowledge forward for us to learn. Just sending them some gratitude for that. Good, and then bringing your hands to your heart and just taking a moment to thank yourself for being here. Thank your body for trying this particular type of movement. Thanking your spirit for getting your body here and learning something new. Good, and then putting your hands into that prayer posture. We're aligning a couple of important acupoints when we do this. I'm going to bring this up to your third eye again, which we've opened up a little earlier. And I'd just like you to set the intention that you're going to learn something from this class that you can take forward with you. Something that you can do that will help you to move forward in your life. Good, and then big inhalation. And as we exhale, let's send that out into the universe. Okay, sending that intention out. Not just for yourself, but for everybody in this class. That their intention might come true as well. Good. Okay, let's just close the qi with that. Alrighty, let's do a little bit more Qi Gong, shall we? Not that that wasn't Qi Gong, it was, but we'll do some more movement. So back into this Wuji posture. I'm just going to come forward a little bit so you can hear me better. All right. Feet are about shoulder width apart, knees are bent, sacrum's tucked, back is straight, chin is tucked. Tip of your tongue is on your upper palate. And we're just going to start with a little bit of what I call ocean Qi breathing. So we're going to, with this particular movement, we're going to try to cleanse the Qi in our body and also bring more Qi in. So we're going to bring the hands just in front of this elixir field down here. And as we inhale, we're going to come forward, keeping your whole feet on the ground, but just bringing your weight a little bit forward onto the balls of your feet. And your hands are going to come out a little bit. And then as you exhale, you're going to sit back on your heels a little, and your hands are going to come back to your body. So it's like the breath is breathing the body. So we're getting a little bit bigger inhalations here. And when I do this, I like to imagine that I'm at the ocean and the waves are coming in and they're washing that sand on the beach. And so as I do this, I imagine that I'm breathing in the ocean of Qi that surrounds me. And as that Qi comes in, it's cleansing all of the cells in my body. Cleansing all of the spaces between the cells. Cleansing the organs. And really making this movement quite expansive now. Still keeping it to 70%. Good. So it's like the tide is in right now. You've got this very expansiveness, bringing lots of Qi into the body, cleansing and nourishing all of those cells. Good. And then just like the tide comes in, it also ebbs. So the movements are going to come a little bit smaller. Good. So still doing this with your breath. You're inhaling here and exhale. Good. And just holding for a moment. And then just shake out your body a little. This is hard to do if you haven't done it before. Okay, good. And then back into Wuji. We're going to come back to this posture. And we're going to inhale the hands up. Exhale down. So you're going to bend down. You're going to gather earth Qi. And then bring that up. And bring it through the center core of your body. Up through the top of your head. And then letting it shower down around you. Exhaling down. Inhaling this earth Qi up using your imagination and your intention. And then letting it shower down around you. So it's cleansing and nourishing those protective fields around your body. And it's coming up through, nourishing your body to the inside and outside. And when I do this, I like to think of all the things that the earth does for us. It feeds us, clothes us, supports us. And my favorite, it just gives us that beauty that surrounds us. And it doesn't ask for anything back too much. Compost our wastes. Good. So sending the earth some gratitude. Good. We'll do one more. And then we're just going to switch this up, and we're going to turn our palms over. We're going to gather Qi from the heavens and bring that down through the center core of our body. Bending a little, and then bringing it up. Bring it up around us. Gathering, drawing it down through the center of your body. Think about the power that's in the sun and all of the suns out there in the universe. Bring that down through your body and let it light up all of the cells of your body, all the spaces, the organs, the glands, your skeletal system, nourishing your body. And last one. Good. Let's bring our hands just to our lower dantian again. Kind of feeling the energy there between the palms of our hands and this elixir field that's inside of us. Great. And we're going to bring our hands up and around. So we're moving the Qi when we do this in a circular orbit around the body. So it looks like this. We're going to bring the Qi up the back of the body and then around the front, around the perineum, and back up again. This is called Qi Gong stroke beard. So if you like, you can imagine an elderly gentleman with a long, long beard coming up underneath and then stroking the beard. Good. And last time. And then we're going to close the Qi. We bring our hands onto our lower dantian and we're going to circle the hands 18 times in each direction. So we start small here and get a little bit bigger. And then we're going to go the other direction, starting big and going smaller, 18 times. All right, great. So as usual, I plan way more stuff, but I would like to end with a little Qi Gong called Love, Grace, and Gratitude. It's very easy, so we'll just follow along with me. So again, in that Wuji posture, we're going to have our hands face the earth, and we're going to say love, grace, and gratitude to the earth. And then we'll bring our hands to our heart, and we'll say love, grace, and gratitude to self. And then the hands out to the side. I hope you're repeating this after me. Love, grace, and gratitude to others. Hands up wider, and we say, love, grace, and gratitude to the wide world. Hands point to the top of your head. Love, grace, and gratitude to spirit. And then the palms are up. Love, grace, and gratitude to source. And we'll do that whole thing coming backwards. So just say it with me now. Love, grace, and gratitude to source. Love, grace, and gratitude to spirit. Love, grace, and gratitude to the wide world. Love, grace, and gratitude to others. Love, grace, and gratitude to self. And love, grace, and gratitude to the earth. Okay. Bring your hands together and give them a little rub. Getting the Qi into your hands. And then we're going to give ourselves a little facial. So coming up the inside along the nose and then coming around the outside. And repeat after me. I love my beautiful face. And your face just loves you right back when you do that. Now take your 10 dragons, run them through the forest, or the sagebrush, or the desert in some cases. And then rub the back of the neck. And then just give your kidneys a little bit of love. This time of year is so important. All righty. Well, that was a little bit of Qi Gong for today. I think we're almost out of time, but I will stay behind to answer some questions. I'll just tell you what I'm doing. If you enjoyed this with me, I teach an online class on Tuesday mornings from 10 to 11. And we have a membership site. So if you're in that class, you pay on a monthly basis, and you also have access to a Facebook group. And in the Facebook, I put the recordings of the classes, I put some other things, some diagrams and stuff that we look at, maybe some other little videos. And people have an opportunity there to ask questions, or to make comments, and certainly they have access to me as well. And if you would like to do this, but you're not on Facebook, that is fine. I send the recordings out to, there's I think about 4 people who aren't on Facebook, and I just send them the recordings. They've got access for a couple of weeks with those. So, so that is something. And then in the summertime, I teach outside. I teach Tai Chi on Monday mornings and Qi Gong on Wednesday evenings at a little park that's quite close to where I live. And again, hopefully Molly and I, house will open up again soon, and I'll be teaching both Tai Chi and Qi Gong there. For those of you that live on the North Shore, and I know not everybody does. So I'm also working on a standalone Qi Gong course, which I will, that's a set of movements, a particular set that the set that I'm going to do is very good apparently for prevention and treatment of COVID. So I think it's a good time to put it out there. There'll be other things with that course as well. And I will be doing that live. So when I start it, if people are signed up for it, they will certainly get a discounted price because I will be doing it live. And I would hope that for the discounted price, they will give me some feedback and perhaps some testimonials if they like it, that sort of thing. And there'll be some bonuses with that as well, but I'll have that up on my website soon. Okay, any questions from anybody? Thanks, Kathy. I'm going to stop the recording. So if you want to